Pisces, I'm simply going to start this reading off by sending a huge clearance of energy to you. Why? Well, because when I was getting into your energy, I was presented with a very deep and thought-provoking question for you. In fact, this question will serve as the phrase or the word that describes the energy that may be surrounding some of you at this time. And the question was, how many people must you fit in a room to make one feel as if they are not alone? I'll repeat that. How many people must you fit in a room to make one feel like they are not alone? And of course, to further help you understand what it is that I'm trying to tell you, Pisces, I need for you to go with me on a mind trip. So you're standing there and you're thinking to yourself all of the questions people ask on a regular basis. Thoughts are swirling through your head. I wonder if this will work out. I wonder if that will happen. How come I feel like this? And what's going to happen when I die? And all these questions are running through your mind and running through your mind. You go and you sit down and you take deeper thought into what it is that's going on. You're analyzing all of your options. You're sitting there and you're trying to figure it all out. Your thoughts again are circling and circling and circling. And finally, someone taps you and says, "Hey, did you hear what I said?" And that's when you pop back in to reality and the music is pumping. And everyone's dancing around you. And your friends are jumping up and down to the beat of the music. And you completely forgot that you were in the middle of the club. And you were in the middle of all these people having a great, wonderful time. Because to you, everything was moving in slow motion. And things weren't so fun. And things weren't so happy. And you didn't feel like jumping. And you didn't feel like dancing. Because where you were mentally was not where you were physically. Because in that moment, no matter how many people were around you, no matter how many people were dancing, you felt alone. All right, now Pisces, this mind trip doesn't have to be really deep for you, or it doesn't have to necessarily mean that you're down and out, but it could just mean maybe with a specific situation you feel alone, like no one understands, or you don't have anyone to go to for this particular experience that you're going through because you don't really know anyone else around you who's been through this experience, okay? So it could just be that, or it can actually be as deep as some people are just really feeling alone right now. You're surrounded by people, but you just may feel like, hey, I'm alone. I'm on my own. So let me pull one of these to kick it off. This is an oracle deck that's gonna give us, a little bit. Yeah, let me make sure. These I read upright. Some of them might be upside down. But this is just gonna give us a word to describe what's up. One word. One word. What's up? What's up? What's up? Envy. Wow. So take this how it applies. It could be you may feel the envy of other people, or maybe you are envious of other people. It's self-reflection time. It's self-examination time. It's really time for this sign particularly, to get in the fields and see what's really going on in the spirit space that you're manifesting a reality of feeling alone, okay? It says, I am the same as everybody, but we're different challenges. Maybe you feel like you're being judged by others around you, okay? Everyone's having fun, at your expense. And they don't see you as being the same. Maybe you're being ostracized from a group. Maybe you feel alone because you're supposed to be a part of a group, but they're not giving you that partnership, and this may be the root cause. Okay, Wow. So even in our mind trip, that scenario could play out like you're in a room full of people, but everyone's back is turned to you. No one's checking on you. You're standing there. You want to dance, but nobody wants to dance with you. Why? Because you got the flyest outfit on in the room. And if anybody comes stand next to you, it just make their outfit look real cheap and disgusting. You know? So you have to work through this energy, because for the collective of this sign, I'm feeling like a few of y'all are feeling just kind of left alone out on that branch there. All right, let's get to the traditional tarot to see what we got going on. This may be a deep down inside feeling that you ain't told nobody. That's okay. Let's see what's right here at the deep root of it. I mean, in the center of it, the Hierophant. So we're talking about we in the spirit world, okay? The Hierophant, we're talking about that those contracts, right? Some of y'all could be in this alone energy because it could be due to a contract, whether it be a spiritual contract and you up in that space trying to negotiate, you know, this life or what you're supposed to be doing. Or for some of y'all, this is negotiating contracts with other people, whether it be business, marriage licenses, roommate situations, leases, mortgages, real estate, any of that kind of stuff. This is also teaching. Some of y'all being called to teach. And that could be a frustration. Like you in the club, you know, ain't nothing wrong with the club. You in the club, right? But you supposed to be doing something of a higher calling. So even in the club, you feel strange. Even when you know, doing your thing, you feel strange. You know, you doing all your regular everyday life stuff and you feel strange. Like, I don't feel fulfilled. I feel empty inside. I feel alone. That's because that emptiness may be like your higher calling is calling. And even when you, with the way this envy set up, it may be people see that. People may be seeing that you are on a higher calling or have been called to greater. Like I said, you got the flyest outfit on in the club and everybody looking like, you know. And what I mean by that is you got the highest calling of the group. You don't fit in because it's higher, right? This is higher calling type energy. Let's see what it's crossed by. Oh, 2 cards want to pop out. Pop out. Look at the Star card. So this is the 5 of Cups. After the regret, I'm standing in the club. I'm sad. Nobody, you know, understands what I'm going through. But look at how you're shining. Right? Because even in the midst of not even looking like I'm successful, I still shine. That's where this envy is coming from, y'all. That's why some of y'all feel alone. Because you could be hanging out with people who in your face and they laughing and smiling with you. They dancing with you in the club. But behind closed doors, this is the true energy. And you feel it. And you the flyest looking person in the club. You the one with the higher calling. And that's what sometimes, even like I say, you in the club. You feel alone. This is all of that energy right here. You feel like you don't belong. You feel like it's not fun no more. How come I'm the only one not having fun? Well, there you go. Because it's going to overtake you. It's going to overtake you until you give in. But you know that the second you give in, it's a lot of stuff you're going to have to give up, including people who you go to the club with, you know? And when we talk about go to the club, this is just people that are around you who may not have been called to that level. And you may be getting ready to be set up with a new set of friends or a new group of people. And y'all might not go to the club. Y'all might be going, the way this energy set up, y'all might be taking a spaceship ride to the Akashic Records together. Meaning you might get with some woke friends and y'all might start getting into more, you know, practices and knowledge that take y'all higher in this ascension game. Now let's see what's at the deep root of things. The 10 of Pentacles. So some of y'all looking at longevity. This is what's at stake. Even in your loneliness or even in feeling like you're being called to something greater and it may be a little resistance there, there is the deep root of it. We got the 10 of Pentacles, the completion of the family structure. We leave an inheritance. Now I haven't said this, I don't think, in the last like 2 sets of readings. I don't think I said this since April, but it's coming back again. The energy of inheritance, whether it's you receiving it or whether it's you setting it up for future generations that come after you're gone, well after you're gone. But that energy is still here, especially when you got the higher calling and then you got the star card. So you got that, what, let's just call it, some of this is celebrity energy. Like you'll go from just being a regular, you know, average person who works, you come home, you do your duty to society, and that's great. And then boom, you get called to do something else, and there's some type of platform. Because the way this money is set up, it's like, it's not just a one-time shot. It's like a calling, right? So there's longevity in your calling. So this is 10 plus years of domination in an arena, in your field, in your calling to stack. And this is, and I want to say 10 plus years. I don't want to just limit it to 10 years. I want to say this is at least 10 years in a specific area of dominance, stacking, excelling, ascending, right? This is what's on the line. But guess what? While you're going through that process, you may be in a room full of people feeling alone. Because sometimes stuff has to be broken down within you for you to change. And the collective energy right now, the stuff that has to be broken down is the energy from envious people, or people who see your quality and try to dumb it down, or people who try to put you in a box. And you know you're greater, you know you're better, but this nagging feeling, this alone feeling is coming from somewhere. And a lot of it just may be, number one, you know you're supposed to be doing something else. And number two, it's energies around you of people that you know you need to let go of. And a lot of people have already been doing that. Now we just got to get to the next phase of that, of like the new people, your new tribe. Let's see what's in the recent past. Wow, we got a lot of stuff on the drum. Too many. Oh, the High Priestess. This is being quiet. This is going up in your spirit space. Major Arcana. Again, look, you got the Hierophant and the High Priestess. They might as well be married. You know, I just heard Pastor and First Lady. This is Pastor and First Lady type energy. Some of y'all may be getting ready to join some type of organization where you know, it could be church. You might be able to seal it up with church or something, if that's what you do, you know. This may be you graduating to a new spiritual level, or like I said, you finding that tribe or that one person who understands your language, your spiritual language. These two are the highest spiritual leaders in the day. Like I said, this is like the pastor and the first lady. It's like the guru, the monks and all of them. Like this is that higher group. That's probably some of y'all. This is gonna be your new tribe, especially when, because you got the star card. You fit. Some of y'all may feel unworthy. This is all kind of contracts because you're a star. For some of y'all, now I ain't saying everybody, because I'm like, you know, on American Idol, when them people who are terrible just swell everything they can sing and they just need to give them a chance. No, know your limits, guys. Know your limits. But if you're in that higher calling, then you got the power. You got the power right now. You got the juice. You got the sauce. It's all good. Let's see what is in your headspace. Knight of Wands. So for who just got this? Virgo. You're thinking about this. So Virgo just got this. Maybe you're gonna receive some unexpected news for a Virgo, from a Virgo. Or maybe you want to go and crash on into Virgo's life and say something, tell them something, reveal something. This could also be you in your head and that person comes on in like, hey, what are you doing? Are you okay? Did you hear what I said? But you all up in here with it. Some of y'all had a realization. You had epiphanies. Maybe you had a dream. Some of y'all had a dream about maybe what people have been saying, or you've had a dream about this energy. Pay attention to this. Sometimes people show up in your dreams as in different forms. Like, for example, I had a dream about someone who really wanted to tell me something really, really bad, but they were too ashamed to come say it. So you know how they came to me in my dream? As a transformer. Like, oh, a transformer. Oh, so you switch up. You go from one form to the next. And I was able to equate and put it all together. But I had to realize, it took me a few weeks, but then it hit me one day. That epiphany came crashing on in. That's that person. And they came through as a transformer. A real big, huge transformer. And they can transform right on down to a little car. Oh, I see it. And then they revealed something to me that they flesh couldn't say out loud. And so a lot of y'all may be having that happen. Don't be afraid of that. You got to use that. Now let's see what's coming up in the near future. The Temperance card. Looks like you're going to use it. You're going to balance out throughout this energy just fine. This is patience. This is self-control. This is knowing that you got the spirit realm there to help you. Knowing that you're grounded here on earth at the same time. All of these major arcanas, Pisces, the Star card, the Hierophant, Temperance, High Priestess. Everybody here is of like spirit form. Like, look at your new tribe. For whatever it was that you've sacrificed, or whoever it was that you had to get rid of, it's gonna be worth it. It seems like to me this was the energy that you were operating in. Let's say when we were talking about feeling alone and feeling like things, you know, you couldn't figure it out. This is why. Because you're being called to much greater. These are the top. We only missing really the Emperor and the Empress. Those really the only two other people who missing out the top ranking people in this thing. Okay? You're being called to greater. And when you are, you can't just be around everybody. Yes, it will feel lonely. Because not everyone is called to this top level. Some of y'all is top notch, top level, top shelf liquor. Look at that angel pouring that liquid between them. Some of y'all is straight off the top shelf. Oh yeah, we was in the club. Oh, I like, okay. You see how I did that there? Okay, but let's see what is in your fear sector. The King of Wands, man, and I'm shuffling, and I keep pulling some of the same cards that I pulled for Virgo. These same two cards. This is in your headspace. This is what you fear. And it's like, this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy here. So maybe you got something going on with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is the dominant male. He produces results. This too is what I'm getting. This is like being in control. Some of y'all fear not being able to be in control. Okay, especially when it comes to this higher calling. You don't want to know why? Because things may spin out of control quicker and faster than you think. When you get called to this type of position, right? You up there with the top dogs, with the top executives. And take it how it applies in your situation. You know, you may be in a community where it's like 5 people on a board. But if you get to the #1 spot out of them 5 people, you the top dog in your area. You know what I'm saying? Or take it much bigger, you know. But either way it goes, somewhere along the line, you might not be in control of it. Especially because this here represents some unexpected news coming on in. So it's just kind of like you didn't notice. So you at the club, you dancing, hey, you having fun, just being, you know, on this, whatever, on this plane in the world. And then all of a sudden, pew, you called to greater. What? Now everything's slowing down. Hey, your friend's dancing in slow motion. And you like, what? I'm being to cause what? And it ain't fun no more. Like, what? But the control factor is what I'm feeling the most with this. Because he is in control. He makes everything happen. Male or female energy. Ooh. This queen wants to jump out. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. The fear of maybe the loss of a relationship. You know how you may feel like you're called to greater. But then one of those people who can't go with you is like a spouse. And I'm not saying, like, we're not even talking about marriage. I'm not going in on marriage. I ain't even talking about no divorces, no, nothing like that. I'm talking about if it was like your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Okay? If it was your boyfriend or your girlfriend who was dancing with you at the club and it's like, man, I have to leave the club. And your person was like, hey, but we having fun. And you like, Let's see how you look to others. You look like you're in the middle of the club dancing, but you got so much on your brain that you can't even see your face. Look at this. The high priestess, no face. So this is literally like our mind trip. You feel alone. It's like all these people around, but I can't even see them because I got all these other wands, all these other burdens, all these other thoughts, all these other things that I gotta do, all these other places that I might have to be. I got all these thoughts swirling through my head because I know that I'm supposed to be doing something else, but I don't know how to necessarily get started on doing it, or when and where and how and what and that. And they like, hey, can you see us? And you can't because you got all those logs. Let's see. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be bad, y'all. It's not that bad. I feel like with this card, whatever it is, you have the power to drop it anyway. Right? Let's say one of those is fear or unforgiveness. Okay, so you don't want to forgive somebody. So, okay, cool, don't forgive them, but you still got to carry that log. That's why they say it's important to forgive for yourself and not necessarily the other person. Because the other person might not even have that log. They be running free just like this. That's why they in the club dancing like that. But here you go holding the log in the club because of somebody else you ain't forgave. Meanwhile, you could drop that log and use them to dance. You know, that's that old school right there. So, yeah. That's how you looking. Some of y'all could also just be feeling stressed out about a decision you have to make and you don't know where it's gonna lead, but it looks like it's going up from here. So let me see what you hope for. Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is making a clear, concise choice moving forward. You got the pros, you got the cons. You want to move forward. Some of y'all are bound between two options, contract-wise, and you want to make a choice. And that's why you feel alone, because it's like, man, nobody understands. Like, I'm ready to leave this. It could be soulmate contract too, like I said. And for some of y'all, okay, this is what I got. You got one person here who you're with, but then you got someone else who you love. Meanwhile, you're bound by this marriage. You know? Yeah. Yeah, it's so many. It's a mixed bag here. We got this person holding 2 cups. You got the angel holding 2 cups. You got this person bound between 2 options. Yeah, this is being 2 places at once. I'm in the club physically, but my mind is somewhere else. Split energies, guys. Split energies. But that's part of that ascension process. If you're watching this video and this is resonating with you, this is your part. Each time I do a video, I don't know which group. It's like when you go to work at the university or something. Every time you go, let's say you're a substitute, they give you a new class with a new grade, with a new subject. That's how I feel sometimes as a tarot card reader. So for you all today who are resonating with this is where you're at. Now let us see what's the outcome. The 3 of Cups. I told you, it's a new group, a new set of friends. This is the reason to celebrate. Now you at the club popping the champagne. You went through something. You went through like a course. And through that course, maybe like the last little bit of it was the sadness, was the regret, was the finding out that people who you thought were your friends were really envious of you or just using you. And now you get that higher calling, that higher nudging. You secure your deals, your spiritual contracts, and boom. Now these are your new friends. Look at your 3 new friends. Here's you, the star. There's your friendly, wonderful angel. There's your Hierophant, your spiritual leader, teacher, guide, guru. And then the high priestess, your wonderful intuition. Okay? So it's like you don't have to feel alone because you got all of these things. Literally, if it's like, I feel alone and no one understands. Well, you got the whole spirit world on your side, at least. And then this may manifest as those type of people. For example, you got an accountant who will write the taxes off here. You know what I mean? You got a tarot card reader who will shut it down and show you what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And you ain't got to worry about, I feel alone, because you'll be able to connect, even if it's energetically, with the higher vibration. And I'm telling you, what you're looking for is what you can manifest. That long-term longevity. But for some of y'all, this is just truly about to be an amazing time. Shining. But through this alone process, think about that. I don't know who I told this to. Think about that, that cocoon. That butterfly is being prepared in that cocoon. Yeah, it's lonely. They little butterfly friends, or they little cocoon friends. What you call them? The caterpillars. The caterpillars can't go up in the cocoon with you. That's an alone process, right? That's an alone process. You got to grow them wings nice and strong. If you got your little caterpillar friends up there in your cocoon with you, they're going to be taking up space for your wings. You're not going to be able to exercise your wings, because they say when the butterfly is breaking out of that cocoon, the reason it's able to fly is because it be strengthening its muscles as it's trying to bust out of that cocoon. That's the only way for it to bust out the cocoon. And if you busted out the cocoon, a person, the butterfly will die because it won't be able to fly. It didn't get a chance to flex its wings to build up that muscle. And if it can't fly, it's going to die, because the butterfly was meant to fly. That's why it's a butterfly. So if some of y'all keep trying to be around people as you're supposed to be in the phase where you strengthening your wings, when you come out, you're going to be looking like the star? No. Let me show you something real quick too, as I keep talking about it. As I said earlier, you got this person back and forth with those two cups. Look at that, with those two cups. Two cups in the hand. I don't know what's going on with y'all in that double, but it's a lot of dual energy. You'll be able to operate in both, the spiritual and the physical. It's all going down. But that's what I get for you. Watch out. Don't let nobody in your cocoon, if they got this energy. Don't let nobody in your cocoon anyway, because it's time for you to stand there. How many people standing there? How many people? Pisces. Pisces. How many people standing in this card? Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so that's what I get for you. Thank you guys so much for all of your likes, your subscribers, your shares. I appreciate you so much. If you need a personal reading, hit me up, waterstarvibes@gmail.com. Please take a look in the description box so you can see how to list those questions, okay? If you are not my subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you as one of my subscribers. I appreciate you guys so much once again. I'm sending you light and love, and I'll see you in the next video.